Notts County Talk, back with episode 41 of the Pavis Perspective podcast, powered by Better Bytes Computers. You can find them down in our description. Fantastic Notts County fan-run computer shop in Mapley, Nottingham. Computer repairs, refurbished computers. Fantastic. Couldn't recommend them highly enough. George, I feel like I should have some fireworks behind me or something because we're back on a Thursday.
We're back on a Thursday. I've not left my mic muted. Everything's going well. Everything's going well.
It's just, we're there. We're back. We've got Ian with us. So evening, Ian.
Yeah.
And back to the positivity, George, aren't we? We're back to that positivity.
Yeah.
Good win on Tuesday night.
Obviously,
did a professional job on Dover. And if we look even further back, my mind's gone blank. I've had such a busy week, but what is it? Saturday victory over Weymouth?
Weymouth, yeah.
Weymouth. Well, we'll go right back to that. We'll have a brief talk about the Weymouth game, but we'll look more at the Dover one. How do you feel that game was? Because the first 35 minutes was brilliant.
Yeah, no, not good enough. I'll be honest. I mean, the scoreline may suggest otherwise, but it wasn't good enough. I thought, if we're going into the playoffs and we're going to play for 30 minutes and switch off for 60, you're not going to win any games. And that's me being brutally honest.
Roy Keane vibes, yeah. Not good enough.
No, but it's all good and well. And Bertrand pretty much. Those are my thoughts leaving the stadium, and Bertrand pretty much said virtually the same thing. We can control the game for 30 minutes, and then we sort of switched off. And I think, to be honest with you, I do think that probably does come down to the fact that we were going to beat Weymouth, and they were a poor side. We were really easy to break down. Should really have scored more. But I think you've just got to show that level of professionalism. Just be ruthless. Ruthless. Like, gain as much confidence as you can going into the playoffs. Because I just thought, me, I don't like to be negative about Notts. But I just wasn't overly impressed with the display, to be honest.
I was sat there when the ball went over the top from Sam Graham, and Richardson crossed it for Nemain, I think it was. I turned to you and I said, at that point, the performance we were putting in, I said, we could be doing a reaction to sort of a 5 or 6-0 here, didn't we? They looked awful. They looked absolutely awful. And I know they've won one game since November, but they looked dreadful. Like, fair play to the 50-odd fans that had their shirt off at 2-0 down, because it was like watching. The golfing class was huge, and I think that's the reason we switched off. Personally, I think it became that. I know it's not a good thing to do. I think it became that easy that the players just sort of switched off. And you went down. I don't know if you missed it. You went down to get a drink or something just before half time. They hit the ball on the post within about a minute.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I saw that just before I went down.
That's when the alarm bells rang for me. And the player I think could calm the game down for us was Ed Francis when he came back in. I thought he was really good, really good. Our poll tonight, I'm seeing a few people saying they're liking this one. It was my tea tonight, and I think it's yours after the show, isn't it?
Yeah, I've had one of them nights. Yeah, so I will be going straight to the chippy after this. Yeah.
What do you usually get? Let us know. What do you usually get from the chippy? Do you get just chips? Do you get fish and chips? Do you get pie and chips? Or do you get sausage and chips? Now, that might be a Savile, that might be...
This could have gone on forever.
Sausage.
This could have gone on forever.
I feel like they're the main ones.
Fritter.
I'll tell you what I had tonight at the end, but I've not voted with what I've gone for.
Deep fried Mars bar?
My usual, no, not a deep fried Mars bar. It's an interesting one. If there's anything else, just let me know.
Fish cake.
Anything else we've missed out? Fish cake, it's not in that top 3 though, is it? People don't tend, you don't see the majority of people getting a fish cake. So
ice cake?
Fish and ice cake. Chris Goslin says, evening, what day of the week is it you guys confuse the life out of me? We did about 4 or 5 months of pure Thursdays, and then the craziest things have happened in our weeks to just mess it up. We're back on Thursdays now. We're back for Thursdays, Chris. So apologies for that. We wanted to make the whole season on Thursdays because it's our slot, 7:30. We're always here talking about Notts. But yeah, it just didn't, we didn't expect it to have to go to Fridays and then a Wednesday because we had a Friday game against Kings Lynn. And to be honest, I'm pretty confused as well. So Ian Birch says, need something moist from the chippy. I did have curry sauce tonight. But I would say again, this might be a clue to what I've had. I would rather choose gravy over curry sauce. So controversial, I know.
Yeah, deep fried Snickers.
Stop talking about deep fried chocolate bars. Like, we're not even, that's not even in the bowl.
I don't even think you can get them in our region, can you? That's more up north, isn't it?
Yeah.
Scotland
or something. I forgot kebab meat, but yeah, I'm going traditional.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the end of the game, I felt a little bit deflated. That's the Weymouth. Now I've finished talking about your deep fried bounty bars, whatever you're talking about. I felt a little bit deflated as well, but their fans were good. Their fans were really good. And one came up to the end of the game, didn't they? Just as we were finishing filming, I think it was we were filming with who was it? It might have been Colin. We just finished on our fan chat, and one came up to us and wished us the best of luck. Said that they felt really well treated, and that's something I've heard from quite a lot of fans. The stewards that we employ in the club make people feel like they've been treated well, which is what I want. I don't want people to go away from Meadow Lane thinking they've had a bad experience. Obviously, on the pitch, you want them to have a bad experience. But that's not the first team I've heard where their fans have said that. And they wish us luck for the playoffs, didn't they? And said, hope we go up. So, yeah, that's nice of them. We then go on to Dover. I tweeted about this. My mind was not going to be an easy game. Did you agree, or were you very, very confident?
Oh, I don't know. I was in two minds about it, to be honest. I really was. I didn't quite know what to make of it.
I don't think they registered. Did they register a shot?
I don't think they did. But
I mean, Sam Slocum came in just to
get Slocum back in.
I saw a few people saying, is there a coincidence that we kept a clean sheet when Slocum's back in? I generally don't know what he did. Like, he could have set up camp and just just chilled out, because I don't really think he had anything to do. That being said, that Dover side put 5 past Wrexham. Now, if we played Wrexham,
that's awful, isn't it?
I don't think we could put 5 past Wrexham. So I don't know what.
I think we could. If we can put 3 past Dover, that, technically speaking, if we meet Wrexham in the playoffs, should really be like.
I don't think we'll put 5 past Wrexham. So they weren't a team to be taken lightly. They've been scoring quite a lot lately. They scored 2 against Bournemouth. You know, some of the results they've been having have been a bit eye-opening. And I didn't think it would be easy. At half time, what were you feeling at half time?
Oh, do you know what?
I was calm.
Yeah, no, I was calm. But you know what resonates with me? Remember the first game of the second season against Dover? Was it? I can't remember. Anyway,
first game of the second season, I think.
Yeah, against Dover, we ended up losing 1-0 like in the 90-something minute or the 89th minute, and I just felt like I hope that doesn't happen again, because it just had the credentials, didn't it? We had our chances, but no, it was the opposite. I got to say, Ed Francis, what a goal!
He didn't mean it.
He definitely meant that.
Yo, please tell me you're joking.
No, he meant it. I spoke to him about it. He meant it.
There's 0% chance he meant that.
He meant it.
It's a cross.
What's he try it?
You wouldn't try that from there.
No, you would.
Of course you
would.
would.
Someone of Ed Francis's capabilities.
You are, all being joke aside, you joke. You are not. You think Ed Francis meant that?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Come on. Let us know what you think in the chat, but be genuinely honest. Don't just back George because you feel sorry for him. There's no
I'm joking.
way.
He obviously didn't mean it.
So, yeah.
What a goal, though. Like, come on, give him the credit. It was a good goal.
Yeah, you'd claim it, wouldn't you?
I'd claim that.
I don't think he was happy with Ruben. The celebration pulling his shorts down, do you?
Why would you do that? That's so... Oh, I don't know.
I watched it back a couple of times just to watch Ed's face, and genuinely, he doesn't look very happy.
Yeah, he don't look impressed. No.
Yeah. George is king in my eyes. How do I get rid of comments on here? I'm not having one like that. Hashtag hero. Ian says, get away, George. Sat behind the goal. Not a chance he meant that. So, yeah. Better than callbacks, though. It was better than callbacks, because the Forest fans are claiming Jack Colback meant his.
It's a crazy night, wasn't it, Tuesday, really, for football. I was listening to Knots. I had Man City Real Madrid on the telly.
Yeah, it was a good night.
And then Bournemouth equalised against Swansea. So
good night, wasn't it? Football, yeah. It was good. And I messaged you half time saying Weymouth beating Wrexham. Next message to you, I think, was Wrexham have got 6.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to message till full time. I mean, that is a capitulation.
Yeah.
They score a lot of goals. They do score a lot of goals, but 6 in one half is a bit of a joke, isn't it? And I think they could have had even more. So yeah, there we go. It's a strange one, and I stick by the fact if that was earlier in the season, maybe the pitch would have had a factor if we had played on it earlier in the season. But I think we would have swept them aside more comfortably. Possibly the same scoreline, but I think it would have been even more comfortable. The fact it was towards the end of the season, we know what we've got to play for. We had to win that game. Things always get touchy at the end of the season. We dealt with it, and I haven't said this much about Notts this season. It was a professional performance. There's been some performances that have been far from it, but that was professional. That's up there in the Stockport home win for me, which was a really solid performance. The Solihull one where we managed the expectation of the big crowd, and it's as far away from Solihull away, where we let the lead slip as possible. So professional. Another thing we want to talk about. Have you seen the goals?
Yeah.
Carl Roberts is back for the playoffs, isn't he? How impressed have you been since he's come back in?
Yeah, it's been great. There's been a difference, hasn't there? A big difference. He just seems to be banging form. Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult, isn't it? Because with no disrespect to the teams we're playing, are we getting like a false sort of confidence? I'm not sure.
I don't know. So I was reading this comment. I think he's having his on. I see Kyra Robinson up front with Kyle Wharton's getting me. Oh, that's a funny one, Kyle Wharton. It can't. That can't be right. There's got to be having his on. But yeah, Cal has had a shock to his system being out the side, I think, and he's come back in and he's been very good. Like their defense, I could have scored against their defense on that run he did. They just stopped playing.
No way.
But definitely. But if he's back for the playoffs, we saw the damage he can do in the playoffs. The season we failed to go up first time. Look, scored the goal against Barnet, which was a great goal, identical to the Barrow goal away, and then scores the free kick to sort of start what could have been the fight back against Harrogate. Big game player, and he's now starting to really show it in what's the most important running that we've had, I think. Because this squad is the first time we've had a settled squad going into playoffs. First season, yes, it was settled, but mess, wasn't it? It was a mess of a squad brought together. Did really well. Ollie did really well to get it together. Second season, they've just transitioned to Ian Birchnell. Things hadn't gone fantastically. We had a decent one towards the end, but this is a settled squad now. So we're going to talk about that in a second. Will we get third spot? But I feel like this is a big run in now. Massive run in. And the fact we've got Aldershot, who I'm a bit annoyed they conceded to Bromley late on because they would have been mathematically safe going into Saturday. But Bromley scored. They're now not mathematically safe. So they've still got something to play for. And also, we've got Dover again at home. I'll put it on record here. I think that'll be routine. As routine as they come this season. I think it'll be more routine than Barnet at home. No, I genuinely do. I really do.
Right. I can't bring myself to say that about anyone.
Yeah, but in the past, you've been the one that's been saying that, and I've been the one that's not.
I'm just learning as I go on. I'm learning. I'm absorbing everything around me, and then Ashley taught me, let's not be confident, chaps. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not learning though. I'm getting more and more caught up in the fairy tale of getting that third place spot.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Is it on? What do you genuinely think? Hand on heart right now, we are 4 points behind Halifax with 12 to play for. So technically, if they can only drop, I don't know what the goal difference is like, they can only drop, we need them to drop 4 points. If they get 9 points out of their next possible as well, we can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think? Honestly now, if you were to call it right now.
I don't know. I want to say yeah. Every part of me wants to say yeah, because I know that they're struggling with numbers, aren't they, Halifax?
I think so. They're stretched. A few injuries.
Yeah, 100%. But things like that can bring a team together. Do you know what I mean? Let's fight for this third place. Let's keep it going, type thing. So you can't underestimate things like that. And we've just got to beat what's in front of us. And it's very, very favourable. If we don't win the rest of our games, I'll be very disappointed. I think we've just got to focus on winning our games. Just focus on winning the games, and then I don't know. I think there'll be an opportunity to get third in there. Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie, I've just working that out. Charlie said they're on plus 27 goal difference. We're on plus 26. Do you know what could have a massive hand in that is Monday's fixture? You know, look, we put 4 past Kings Lynn, was it? 3 past Kings Lynn, something like that. I think it might have been 4. We've got another 3, so we're clawing that goal difference back. What people are saying as well in the chat, if it goes to that last game and they're playing Stockport, someone asked if we're going to Maidenhead. We will be going to Maidenhead. If it comes down to that last game, that last day is going to be crazy. Crazy. If you look at it now, you've got Wrexham 81. I think they're too far to catch. So we're looking at that third place spot. You've got Halifax 77, Solihull 75, Notts 73, Chesterfield 73, Grimsby 72. The only other team to catch us would be Dagenham on 66. Looking at Dagenham's running, Wealdstone, but then Torquay, Solihull, Wrexham. I think the playoffs are decided. It's just who goes where. You're literally a win away from going from 7th to 4th. So anything.
It's crazy though, isn't it? Do you know the playoffs? I just think, with the gap you have between, if you obviously finish 2nd and 3rd, there's a bit of a gap between playing. I don't know. Does that favour you? I don't know. I feel like we're a very momentum team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But then you look at the facts that only Hartlepool have got promoted outside of the 2nd and 3rd spot.
Yeah.
And that's in a random season at Ashton Gate when COVID affected it.
Anyway.
Why?
Torquay scored a few goals that I thought, we're all right. But, that's football.
Fair enough. That's football, isn't it? That's football. So I'm going to say I think we will get that spot.
What about Solihull, though?
Solihull are 2 points ahead of Notts. Goal difference is pretty similar. If I look at Solihull's fixtures to end the season, Weymouth away. You can be 1-0 up at our time against Weymouth and score 6 in the second half. I fancy Solihull there. Bromley at home. Bromley have fallen off a cliff. Nothing to play for. Dagenham at home. By the time they play Dagenham at home, Dagenham won't have anything to play for. And Bournemouth away, who again will have nothing to play for. They only need to slip up. If Notts win the rest of their games, they only need to slip up once though, and Notts will catch them. Because our goal difference, I think our goal difference could go from plus 26 to at least plus 33, 34. I think goal difference is going to be crucial. Yeah. Crucial. Yeah. So not conceding those sloppy goals, not conceding the silly goal against Weymouth, and then we're on level goal difference with Halifax. We just need to really switch on, because if Notts missed out on 3rd due to goal difference, I'd be gutted. Purely on goal difference, you'd be gutted, wouldn't you? If you look at Halifax's running, they've got Yeovil at home. If I'm right, they just come off the back of beating Stockport.
Yeovil did, yeah.
Yeah, so not easy. They've got Eastleigh away. Don't really know what to make of Eastleigh. Aldershot at home, who will be safe by then. And then Stockport away on the final day, who potentially could be on the beach.
Nah, I don't think so.
But they can still get 100 points, I think, Stockport, if they win the rest of the games. So let's hope they're going into the final game this season on 97, and they're really fired up for that. So I think we're going to make it. I think the pressure is all on Halifax. So we'll just have to see. We play Aldershot, Dover. Who is it before Maidenhead? Mine's gone blank.
Yeah, Dover. I'll have to have a look. I can't remember.
Someone before that, isn't it? It's Altrincham at home. I'd like to think Altrincham we could beat and Dover we can beat. It's these two games that are tricky. Although an Altrincham fan did comment on our video on Saturday saying if not score a goal, we win the game. Pretty much. Said Altrincham just switch off and they're just not at it. So that'll be interesting. Have a look what you guys are saying in the chat. As always, vote on the poll. It's a really important poll. If we do end at 1 point behind Halifax, you predicted the loss at their place and draw at ours when we should have won would be massive. Yeah, the loss at their place, even in the relegation season we had in League Two, the loss at Halifax comes up as one of the worst possible results in my memory of supporting Notts, actually. 2
Oh,
2-0 up
yeah,
against
like
10. 2-0 up against 10 men. Going into the final like 12
it
minutes.
is bad. Like contextually, it's bad, but
It's
there's been some
shocking.
stinkers. Yeah, it's up there definitely.
It's shocking. Playoffs will be confirmed by the end of Monday. Chris, I agree. Chris also says he thinks the home draw against Halifax is going to be one we look at with regret. Go on, George. What are you going to say?
Let's say we make playoffs and then we make third. Obviously, we're going to make well. I mean, fingers crossed. Let's say we make third.
Yeah.
Who do you want to play?
It'd be at home, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go take a step back. Let's say we finish 4th or 5th first. Who do you want to play?
Not Solihull. Like
not
Solihull. Not Solihull.
Even at home.
Nope.
So you Chesterfield at home?
I'd take Chesterfield at home. Yeah.
Can't say that on here.
I would. I'd fancy it.
That's been clipped already. Do you know who I want to avoid? I'll play any of them. I'd want to
Grimsby.
Grimsby, yeah.
You were going to say
Grimsby. If we got third, it's a tricky one. It is a really tricky one. It's sort of the same question, isn't it? But I don't know. It's just Grimsby.
It'd just be so Notts County to lose to the former manager, wouldn't it, in the playoffs?
Yeah, but I think I'm the opposite to you. I think I would. Not saying we're going to win the game if we play them. I think I would like to play Solihull personally. At home, away, I don't think I would. I'm getting flashbacks of when the ref gave that penalty away at Solihull earlier last month or whatever it was. Dad says, how good would it be if it was a Notts v Solihull final? I think George would explode. I don't think he would be able to take that. Because George has said to me, I don't know if he said it live, George has said to me for a while, Notts will lose in the playoffs to Solihull. So George would be sat there the opposite way around on his chair, refusing to look at the game. Not that he could see it anyway, because you're so far away from the pitch at the London Stadium that it's pointless being there. Also, on Jubilee weekend, if you fancy getting a train or a hotel,
good luck.
Expensive, yeah. Good luck. Fun. Just
me and Tom have bought a 2-man tent, haven't we, Tom? Put it that way.
Yeah, just massive shout out to the National League because that planning is just stunning. So it's really good. Ian, as long as we avoid Wrexham, I don't care who else we get.
Oh yeah, Wrexham.
I've called Wrexham.
Imagine how great it'd be to beat Wrexham for the documentary. It'd be funny, wouldn't it?
It would, but I don't want to say too much because things can just come back to bite.
Let them bite.
That's why I'm not a fan on Twitter when people go straight to the other team's tweet.
I like it.
And do you like it? You would like it. You would.
Bit of banter.
How many Notts fans would you take to the final? Do you think? How many would we take?
That's a good question. I was actually talking about this to my friend last night because he was reckoning 20,000, but I mean I think that's a lot. And then if we took 20,000, you also risk Forest fans saying that they were the majority.
Oh yeah. So, if they give us half the allocation, it'll all be Forest fans, but apparently won't it? I think it'll be a lot. The fact it's not Wembley is gutting because we missed out on the final against Harrogate at Wembley. The fans did, and I personally think if fans were in the stadium, that game, I think Notts would have won. Would have outsung Halifax. Would have outnumbered the Halifax. So, I think it would have been a different game completely. And again, I stress it doesn't matter how many fans go to London Stadium because the players won't be able to hear us because there's about 4 running tracks.
Come on, let's be positive.
I'm not happy about that. I'm
not happy about it. But imagine just being there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The sun's going to be shining. It's going to be great.
Yeah, that's if Notts get there. And do you know what? This whole conversation rounds back to it. 3rd place is the key to getting there, I think. We need that. Yeah. We need that. Let's look ahead then. Let's look ahead to Aldershot. Really, really inconsistent this season so far. They've not done particularly well. Got a couple of wins in there, but they've lost games to Eastleigh, Altrincham. They've shipped 3 to Kings Lynn, conceded late against Bromley, lost to Solihull, lost to Dagenham. Still, as the saying goes in this league, that's not going to be an easy game. Do you fancy us? First goal is the key for me. They'll go into their shell.
Yeah, no, I do fancy us, to be honest. It's not going to be easy.
No. Their top scorer has 9 goals, Corey Andrews, and he's gone to Colchester. So he's not played for them.
Ruben's going to be itching to score, isn't he?
Yeah, he will.
He's on 19, isn't he? So
Yeah,
I
the second
reckon
top scorer's got 4.
he should be aiming for 25 by the end of the season, I think.
25? He's only got 17.
Got 19 in all comps.
In all comps. So you think you get another 6? Well,
Yeah,
actually.
definitely doable.
I mean, you look at now, Mullin has gone level with Shamanga on 24, both on 24, Madden on 20, Wotton on 18. I mean, it's taken a miraculous score and run, but if Ruben puts the chances away on Tuesday night, we had another couple of goals, didn't we?
Just
He had another couple.
Players need to be going to the ground outside their 18-yard box, and he'll get his goals.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Massive deflection, though.
Goal's goal.
Goal's a goal. Goal's a goal. And then we played Dover again, as we mentioned on Monday. We'll talk about squad rotation in a minute. It's nice, isn't it? Because I did miss on the Easter bank holiday weekend. I missed having 2 games.
Yeah, we both sort of said it, didn't we? Yeah.
I think it benefited us being able to plan. But it's nice for fans, isn't it? And the weather on that bank holiday weekend, stunning. Stunning. This weekend, not going to be as good. Not going to be as good. Will you be at the Aldershot game?
Will I?
Will you be at the Aldershot game?
Unfortunately not.
I'm 70-30. I'll be able to make it. So hopefully I'll be at the Aldershot game. Will you be at the Dover game?
I'll think about it.
I'll think about it. I'll be there.
No, of course I will be there.
I'll be at both. If I do manage to get to the Aldershot game, I'll get a vlog up for that.
Okay.
Vlogs haven't been as positive lately from going about 10 wins in a row. We slumped a little bit, but let's not worry about that because it could come back on Saturday. Team news then. Obviously, Cameron Brindley not there. Wotton's been rested. Do you think we'll see Carl Wotton back? Or do you think they'll rest him again for Monday?
No.
I think they will.
You think they'll rest him for Dover?
Yeah. Like you just said, he'll get 6. He'll get 6. And then he'll be on the same tally, won't he? I think we'll see. We'll see. What lineup are you going with for Aldershot? Away to a side that if they win, well, by the end of the day, if they get a draw as well, they could be safe. What lineup are you going with?
I think we should sort of stick to our strongest side on Saturday.
Yeah.
But in saying that, there's been some players that have come in and really, really done well and feel like they don't deserve to be dropped, such as Nemain.
Okay.
I think he's been virtually undroppable, in my opinion. The games he's come in, he's been fantastic. He's chipped in a few times now as well. Real key player. So for me, I know it's starting further up the pitch, but Nemain's got to start for me.
You think?
Yeah.
In goal, you've played Slocum, and it was explained before the game that Slocum's been put in the squad to keep him fit in aid competition. He's had nothing to do. So do you start him against Aldershot, or do you bring Yaros back in?
I'd bring Yaros back in for Saturday, and then on Monday I'd put Doyle in.
Okay, we'll get to that point in a minute, Ian. You put Doyle in.
Yeah.
You've had me there. I was reading the comments, and I've just agreed with you. So Yaros for Aldershot, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going Slocum for Aldershot. Keep him in. Back 4 or back 5, away from home.
4.
Okay, who's your back 4?
Richardson.
Yeah.
Graham.
Yeah.
Rawlinson.
Yeah.
Chickson.
It's Richardson. The correct answer is Richardson, Lacey, Rawlinson, Chickson is your correct answer there. But I'll let you off.
No, I think Graham's early stripes.
What are you going ahead of that, formation-wise? 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3?
I'd like to see a 4-3-3.
I would as well.
Maybe Arta being the deeper of the 3.
Rested as well.
Yeah, rested. Yeah. Palmer, like a bit further up because we've seen him deep the last few times we've seen him play, and I'd just like to see him advance a little bit more. Then Vincent.
Okay.
Right. Oh, you go midfield.
I go Arta, Palmer, Vincent.
We agree on that one then.
Ian's just said, where's Vincent? He needs to be back in because
His
we know
birthday
what
as well
he
the
can
other
do.
day, wasn't it?
Was it? Lovely.
Tuesday.
What'd you get him?
I got some flowers and what did I get him? Deep fried Mars bar.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's so nice. You're a gentleman.
Yeah, I know.
You're a gentleman. But You've made me lose my train of thought because you're talking stupidly
Vincent.
again.
No, I'm not stupid. I'm being serious here.
And of course, you didn't get him that. You
How
didn't
do you
get him
know that?
anything because I just
Confirm
know.
it.
I can't confirm it.
There we go.
But Vincent needs to come in because, if you remember his impact, he played against, was it replay against Tamworth? And then what he did against Stockport, we know how good he can be.
Yeah.
He's got to be, he can't not be playing before the playoffs. He's got to be keeping that match fitness up. So that's my midfield three. Then what are you going as your front three?
Striker Ruben.
Yeah.
I'm leaving Morton out again.
You just said Wotton's playing.
I know, but I want to get the main in there and Ruben and Cal.
Okay.
So
right.
These things happen.
Right.
Happen. I think we'll probably see him against Dover.
Go on then.
Ruben striker, Cal right wing, and then the main left wing.
Ian said, no, Charlie says thinks we'll see Mitchell and Brunt on Saturday. I don't think we'll see Mitchell again this season. Personally.
I think we'll see Brunt. I think we'll see him come on for sure.
He hit the post, didn't he? Hit the upright on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I don't think Mitchell. And then I would go Cal and the main Ruben again. And my changes for Monday, if available, I would take Chickson out, put Taylor in. Again, we can't be going into the playoffs with one left back. And I've seen a few people saying he wasn't that good against Dover. Maybe it's because he was so attacking. And yes, he is good attacking, but he's not the best attacking fullback, is he? So for Dover, I'd probably put Brunt in, Wootton back in, Eli and Taylor, I think. Possibly Dion Kelly-Evans as well. Not taking it too lightly, but we need to try and keep the good players on the bench for them to come into that game. But I think we also need to make sure players are not, well, that they're ready for it. They're ready for it when they're called upon in the playoffs potentially.
I just want to say about Chickson, I think you've done him wrong there. I think he's been great at wing back. I think attacking he's been so much better this season. His crossing he's probably the best crosser we have.
Not played wing back for weeks, has he?
I know, but you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean. Clarify.
Well, attacking wise, I just think he is good, and he's been a lot better this season.
All right.
All
right. No, his crossing was fantastic, but what I'm trying to get at is, I think he's better when he's got more space. When he's got a bit of time to put the cross in. Dover will just sat back, weren't they? And that you saw with Francis's goal, he goes to try and get to the byline, but there's two players stopping him, so he has to go backwards.
Yeah, the Taylor situation's weird as well, isn't it? I've just not seen him.
He's got to be coming in. Callum's fighting Chickson's corner here. Chickson is king. We know you like him, Callum.
Chickson's king,
and Chickson knows you like him as well. So that says, we'll have this quick question. Don't like to be negative, but lads, if we end up in National League next season and we lose Ruben Rodriguez, Carl Robertson, Carl Warren, who do you bring in to try and replace them? Someone's already mentioned Michael Cheek, Connor Lemonhair-Evans, definitely, and then we'll get somebody else. I think from Football Radar. I'd love to see Lemonhair-Evans, and possibly, not even Cheek. The lad up front for Kings Lynn scored 2 pass knots this season. Looks a good player. Even the guy up front, he got for Dover, got a hat trick against Wrexham, and he's got a lot of pace about him. I'd like to see a shift from having a hold-up player to having some pace. But I think, like some people are saying, we'd have to try and pick up some players that were at the top but didn't quite get promoted from sides like Halifax or Bromley, who have slipped right down. I can't see Cheek being at Bromley next season. Do you know what haunts me still? There was some rumours about Shamango, wasn't there? But you know what really gets me is Dallas.
Yeah.
Really gets me.
Especially when we went Solihull away, it was eye-opener, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like he was good. And he was realistic as well. He was more realistic than Shamango. Shamango wanted too much, and I think we got outbid. It would have been, yeah. Where would he be with Dallas? I think, but would it have changed the whole system? I don't know. Could you fit Dallas, Wootton, Ruben, Cal, Neman now in the same side? So
very similar sort of player that you'd sort of see, I think, from Lewis Knight. But the thing with Dallas, he was ready to come in, wasn't he? He'd have been ready to play, and with Knight, I think he's going to need it. Like he's out now and out on loan, he's going to need that time as he needs to sort of build into the squad. Yeah,
definitely. And a lot of loan players will go back, like people are saying. I think there'll be if Dots do not go up, I think there'll be quite a bit of a rebuild, in my opinion. going on, but he trusted his owners to get it right. I mean, look at the first couple of seasons, there were some iffy loan signings, that Tom Walker and the right back Tyler Golden that got injured.
Yeah, there was a few, weren't there? A few backs.
This season, they've been absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
Harry Arter, Anthony Patterson, Parsons questionable, but then you've got Yaros has come in and been pretty decent. You had George remembers his name because he's got it tattooed on him. That centre back that we got from Sheffield Wednesday, was it, or someone like that?
Kieran Brennan.
I always forget his name, Kieran Brennan. So, yeah. Right, George, you want to go to the poll before we do our score predictions?
Let's go to the poll. What do you usually get from the chippy? Interesting. Very interesting.
You're going after this, aren't you?
I am. Not sure what to get.
Go on then.
Just chips.
Just before you say that, just tell George what you get, and whoever says whatever you say first from the chip shop, George will get. Off you go, George.
Yeah, we'll see. Fish and chips, 57% wins the race.
Goodness
Pie and
me.
chips, 13%. Sausage and chips, 22%.
What was just chips again?
9%.
And if you're having just chips without salt and vinegar or sauce, disgusting. George, what did you vote? George, there you go. Pickled egg.
Pickled egg.
Max has said just a pickled egg. Oh, Callum with the fish cake a bit late.
That's all right. Pickled egg, fish cake.
Go on then. What did you vote?
What did I vote? I actually am going to surprise you here because of what you just said. I voted just chips.
Did you really?
Yeah, don't like fish, as you all know. There's a few stories you could tell about that one. I don't like sausages from chip shops. And pies are never nice from chip shops. That's my honest opinion. Like,
is it?
They're either burnt on top or they're soggy. And there's no it's just put in like a hot counter and left there until it's just not for me. Just not for me.
I thought you liked fish, if I'm honest.
No, you know.
There's a few stories about that.
A few stories.
George was younger, came to my house, told my mum we didn't like fish. A couple of weeks later, came to my house again, gets given fish and chips. He's just sat there trying not to be rude, heaving on his dinner at the age of 11. So, yeah. I mean, it makes me laugh still now.
My manners were kept intact. So polite.
Literally sat there heaving. There's no. I thought, what's going on with you there? Eating the whole fish and they don't like it.
It was just a realization as well.
It was
devastating stuff.
I'm going pie and chips every day. Pie and chips from the chip shop. Has to be pie and chips. That's my choice.
Lovely.
Although I had battered sausage and chips this evening.
Nice.
There you go. Away in Norfolk last week had fish, chips and curry sauce. Yeah. Curry sauce it's up there, but second only to gravy. Mushy peas, George, yes or no?
Big yes.
Big yes. Mint sauce at Goose Fair. There we go. Right. Score prediction and man of the match from you, George Rizard.
I reckon 2-1 on Saturday.
Okay.
Ruben to get them both.
Who scores first?
Aldershot.
Any free kicks in there?
Couple, yeah.
Ruben man of the match?
I'm going to give it Graham.
Graham man of the match. Fair enough. Put your score predictions in and your man of the match. Goal scorers as usual. Put some of those up at the end. I'm going 3-2 Knots. And I'm saying Knots will go 3 up but concede 2. That goal difference will only go up by 1. I'm saying Ruben 1. Aaron DeMann another 1. Matty Palmer. No, Zach Brunt off the bench, another 1. He's getting closer. We're starting to see him. Have you noticed? We're starting to see him a little bit more. Very gradually. Almost reminds me of how Eli Sam was slowly introduced back.
It's another player you forget about, isn't it? Because, I've been giving him minutes. I'd consider starting him as well because he's not had a start for a while, has he?
No. What about Dover? What's the score? I say 5. I say 5.
Yeah, it could be massive, couldn't it? Really, I'm going to say 4, but I hate saying big score lines because I just feel like they never come true. But I'll go 4. I'll say I'm going to go Ed Francis.
Yeah.
Harry Arter.
Yeah.
Richardson, he's gonna get a good goal.
Yeah.
And Ruben.
I'm going 5-0. Kyle Roberts hat trick. Zach Brunt again, and Kyle Wootton. I wouldn't put it past Kyle.
Man of the match.
Wouldn't put it.
Man of the match. It's got to be Kyle on it if he's getting a hat trick.
It'll be. Yeah, I'm going Graham.
Mind you, you never know, do you? Some of the man of the matches this season have been proper dodgy. Yeah,
they have. Let's have a look what you think then. Mark thinks 1-0 against Aldershot, 5-0 against Dover, going with a 5-0 against me. Daz says 3-2 Saturday, but either team could win. Saturday is more of a banana skin than Maidenhead for me.
Yeah, this will be the most difficult game of our running for sure.
Yeah. TJ 8-0 knots, triple backflip, scissor goal from Rodriguez in the 90th. Put a 5 on it, could come in.
Scissor kick as well.
3-2 knots Saturday and 5-0 Monday. A lot of people are going 5-0 Monday. Chris, a tight 1-0 on Saturday. Cal to score on Palm, man of the match. Bertrand says, what are you laughing at?
I'm just reading the comments.
I'm going to get to that one in a minute.
He never lets us down, does he?
No, 3-1, Wootton, Ruben, Cal, Mitchell, man of the match. But no, Mitchell, man of the match, but not in the squad. Fair enough. 4-1.
Squad.
And 4-0. If Max is 4-1 and 4-0, that's fantastic. Plus 7 for the goal difference. That would do us a world of good. And then let's have a look. Here we go. Callum 6-1, Chicks and hat trick. Mitchell, Arthur, Vincent, man of the match, Chicks and Doyle forward roll. We've forgotten the Doyle forward roll. Hasn't been there for a while.
Yeah.
And can we have 7-0 Monday, man of the match, the ball boy with the first touch. Let's talk about that because even Harry Arter clapped him with that first touch. Yeah. And then I'm not.
Soccer AM.
This is pushing it a little bit here. 12-0 Monday, Chicks and Roberts. I feel like that's the first time this season I've looked at it and thought that's unrealistic.
The first time this season.
First time this season, I thought Callum's way off with this one. But yeah, if that ball boy's good enough for Dover's first team, Reece says, and we'll leave it on that. Was it all over Soccer AM as well?
It was, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
it was a good touch, wasn't it? It was a good touch. Get him on.
I didn't even realize. I thought he caught it until I saw the video.
No, that's why the fans went.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Applause.
Yeah, fair play. Good touch, lad.
Yeah. If you are traveling to Aldershot, hopefully I'll see some of there. If I do, say hello. 70% chance I'll be there at the minute, but hopefully I can get to that. And then Dover on Monday, 2 games in 3 days. I think at the end of this, George, we'll almost know where we're going. I think we almost will. It leaves 2 games to fight out for hopefully that 3rd place spot. So if you are going safe travels, hopefully we can bring back 3 points. And then on Monday, hopefully we can build on that and do even better. As always, if you have enjoyed the Pavis Perspective, powered by Better Bikes Computers, please don't forget to subscribe as we are nearing that